What's up guys, welcome to another video, and today we're going to be talking about Nadia and also Fina and Dark Fina. I decided to include Fina and Dark Fina even though they're really old, and I'm going to be going into that. In the meantime, very quickly, I adjusted some sound settings, and I don't know if they're going to be better or if they're worse, but even if they're worse or better, if anyone is familiar with sound or making things sound really nice compared to like other people who have microphones and things, I have no idea how to do it. I just tweak little settings here and there and hopefully it'll work, which is what most people have decided to do, but it hasn't really worked for me. So if anyone knows anything about sound or adjusting the Blue Yeti microphone or any kind of microphone, or is a sound engineer or anything like that, please contact me in regards to this so I can make my microphone sound really nice. Much appreciated. Anyways, let's get into a review, shall we? So we've got Zenaida here, who is not getting buffed at all. And honestly, she doesn't need to be. Her S-Teamer is the talk of the town. 85 attack. 65 attack, sorry, not 85. Oh my god. Maybe in the future there'll be an accessory at 85. Not now though. 65 attack. 100% true to wield, which is phenomenal. Not an accessory. Then you can have some stuff in the slots. That's kind of the idea of it. Let's get into the ground rules here. Limp burst focused unit, but she can also paint with AMOE frames, which is quite nice. She has pentacast. You gotta unlock it first, but she has triple cast permanently. So triple cast just to get you going, and then pentacast to really nail it home. And then she has a 6 times cap. She has 150% true to wield, which is weird because her PMR gives it to 100%. So you're kind of going over 50%. You just have to ignore the 50% part. You're going over it. And also 100% low burst damage passively, which of course is why she needs that, because she is a low burst damage dealer like we went over. She has fire, earth, thunder, and also dark imbues, which has 4 imbues on one unit. That's kind of crazy. I think that's the most imbues anyone can have on anyone's ever had on a unit, really. Like, sure, mages can have multiple elements, but not. This is a physical damage dealer. Sorry for the sniffling. With 4 imbues, that's quite nice. She also has multiple killers, and she has killer buffs, which allow her to unlock certain things. She's really not the most simplest thing in the world. Well, once you start using her a little bit, you'll get more used to it. You have to use her certain abilities to unlock certain things. You have to like color code things, because this ability unlocks this in peril. You have to really make sure you're using the right moves here so you can unlock the right imperil for your imbue. We'll be getting into that in a second. Yeah. She has a lot of killers, similar to like Furion. Furion has a lot of killers. She has a lot of killers. But what I would really focus on is making her similar to what Cloud would be, like AC Cloud, where you build her as a little burst damage dealer, but also give her some killers and things. You have to focus on, focus on attack and little burst damage, and also killers equally. All 3 of them have to be very equal. Don't go all in on one. Don't go all in little burst damage. Don't go all in attack. Don't go all in killers. Although I guess the killers would be the most payoff situation. Anyways, there are some cons. She's the strongest for the dupe, and I know that's the fact for a lot of other units, but this one in particular, I really wouldn't want to bring anyone else besides the dupe, because her limit burst will only change with herself, at least to my knowledge, and there's no one else that can pentacast. Batteria can podcast, not pentacast. And before anyone says anything, Blossom Sage Sakura does not count because they can't chain together. So it's just a weird combination of things that you really would just bring a dupe. You just bring a dupe, you can't bring anyone else. And she's not really, I mean, she could be good in Dark Vision, she's just not really, I don't know. Would you maybe use her as a Luna Burst finisher, but not 1 hit, 9 hits, to my knowledge, 9 hits. Which yeah. So I don't know. You're just primarily dupe focused, so you had plans for her to be a finisher. I guess you could still do it, but she's much stronger, and the reason why she's so high up there in the damage is because she's dupe chaining on Loopers, and you can abuse that. And one of the main things here, fortunately, her selling point is not too much because we all know. Come on, guys. It's not even like a conspiracy theory at this point. We all know that Gumi is rushing to Neovision. There's no doubt about that. At this point, I was kind of skeptical a little bit in the very beginning when they were kind of going. I was like, oh, maybe. No, they're not really doing it. Now, I'm on the train. They're definitely trying to get ahead of that. Here's that. So, you don't care about Neovisions and you just want Zenaida because she's a very cute sprite, very strong damage dealer, then go ahead. But if you do care about Lapis and you care about all the resources, going for Zenaida might not be the best thing ever, and her step up is a little expensive. No guaranteed step up this time. Gotta go through all 4 just to get all those coins to guarantee her. So it's a little expensive. She's not limited time only. Honestly, I don't know about this, but I did write down a rotation for her. I'd not say it's the best thing in the world, but the biggest thing is matching her imbue with the Imperil they're going to be using. So, whoops, I forgot to write down. You'll be doing the imbue on the second turn, of course, or maybe you can't do it on the second turn. So, what do I rate Zenaida? I think a 7.5 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10 I think is a really good score. She's really strong, but she has a lot of flaws. Not really detailing her too much, just that she's just better with a dupe. On the global side I think it'll be better, but her step up is really expensive, so it's just one of those things. And also Neovisions is coming, nobody's gonna remember her, I'm sure. But anyways, let's move on to the Fina and Dark Fina. Now there's a question mark besides her STMR there, 50% magic, and also it was a small nerf, but it's also buff. So on the JB side, it was 60% magic, 50% light and dark resist. Also, 25% magic true duo. Because this was back then, guys. Let me take you back some here. So this was back before mages were really, more accepted and more used. Magic TDH was the prime thing for mages at the time of the JP side when this unit came out. And Magic True Duel was almost not even heard of. And then when this unit came out, oh wow, Magic True Duel, 25%. They were really afraid of how strong True Duel could be on mages, I guess. The reason why they made it 25%. Very similar to how Morgana, I think it was. And Morgana, 25% True Duel on a staff, but it's more acceptable because if you do will to, I guess you'll get. That's not a very good strategy though. But yeah, I'm assuming this is gonna be 50% Magic True Duel because 25% still would be so terrible, and they nerfed it by 10% magic, so it has to be 50% True Duel for magic. It has to be. Any less, then okay. So. That's a little bit of story time. Anyways, into the actual unit itself. Now this is a very interesting unit because there's not very many like it, where she's not CW, Chaos Wave, she's not Chaos Wave Awakened, but they are mage. They have Stardust Ray Chaining, which is really interesting. Of course based on their magic stat. They're a mage that has Stardust Ray Chaining, not the typical normal chaining mages. And they have Dark, Light, and Earth, but they have the main focus on Earth because they get modifier bonuses, and they also have a Earth Stardust Ray Chaining cooldown, which gives a lot of more modifier buffs to their moves. So Earth is their primary focus. They have Demon and Reaper Killers, which is okay. Demon more important. 150% True to Wield, which is nice, but all you need is their STMR. Or you just want to go the TDH route, which I don't even would bother. Yeah. 100% True to Wield, 150% True to 100% TDH. And they have a really good TMR and STMR. Their TMR gives Dual Wield and it has 55 magic. So it's pretty good for Dark Spirit Soul, for example. And also, that's it. I guess that's it. I'm usually used to doing a lot more, but there really isn't much to them. But we're gonna get into this. So, an interesting thing about them, and Kuja has the same problem a little bit. Kuja also has a limp. They have a lot of limp burst damage on their limp burst is a high hitting move, but it's non-elemental, so it's basically worthless. Sure gives them a lot of magic and they can unlock stuff, but like non-elemental. So it's worthless. It's worth less than just chaining normally, pretty sure. And they have come out way later than they should have come out. So you guys are gonna notice a lot of their modifiers are a little bad. Just bad. So unless they get buffed, which I doubt because they haven't announced it, unless they are very generous and they buff them even more, which again I doubt, then they're worthless. They're really bad. They would not worth your time unless you really want their team arm, which is not too bad. I would not focus on them as a unit. They are power crept horribly, and they're not worth your time because I'm sure at least because you can pick good mages right now with the coins. You can get 4 Winds Fistless right now for free. You don't need this unit. They're really bad at this point. Really bad. So my score is going to be 4 out of 10 because they came out way too late. So the score is kind of on Gumi's fault for skipping the banner instead of releasing it in a timely manner. You're not worth your time. Rest Team R and Team R fodder at this point. Despite all the good things that I listed there, all their modifiers were low. They're not worth your time. That's about it. So again, this is kind of like a downer review, but Zenaida is pretty good, but Dark Fina aren't good, and I knew they weren't at the beginning, but I knew. I'm not taking shots at anybody. But I knew that if I didn't include them in this video, there are people that would be asking it. That's why I included them anyways. So yeah, don't bother unless you really want their Team R or S Team R. That's the only reason to go for them, not for themselves. And that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please give a like. If you disliked the video, please give it a dislike. And if you watched all the way through, make sure to type in #LB. #LB will be the keyword for the ending of this video. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in